Hey guys, long time no see, 2 weeks to be exact. But it's really because I felt I needed a break. What was going on around the world, the conversations about social injustice, particularly around black bodies, and what was even going on here in Kenya with police brutality, I just felt, I don't know, overwhelmed, and it didn't feel like it would be right for me to come on here to talk about anything else, and I wasn't prepared to talk about that. But 2 weeks later, we're back, and this week we're speaking to one of my closest friends. In fact, the blogs keep saying that me and her are lovers, but really we're close enough to be sisters. That's the kind of relationship that we have. And I thought that we would sit down and have a chat, like girls, but it ended up being something completely different. So this conversation is for anyone who's ever had a dream and been too scared to go for it, and then somehow managed to dig deep and get it done. I hope you enjoy. I always have this feeling, not this feeling, I know for a fact that there's Fena, the performer, and then there's you, who I know, extremely introverted, super shy. Do you feel this way about yourself? Like there's two people in one?
There's more than two.
Oh.
So there's Fena Gitu on stage, or Fena. Yeah. Then there's Turu.
Turu sasa ni nani?
Kuna Turu, kuna Fesh.
By the way, Fena's full name is True Fena.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a mistake to tell people that.
No, it's not a secret anymore.
Yeah.
I stopped hiding it. Turu is like if my sister is just in a really happy mood, and she says, "Hey, Turu, no." Yeah. So that's like maybe I'd say family, but a more endearing way. And there's Fesh. Some people call me Fesh.
Who calls you Fesh?
Random. Most friends actually call me Fesh. And then there's Bad Girl Turu. There's Turu, Bad Girl Turu.
Bad Girl Turu
is
from
now the rude girl.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the bad girl. Mm-hmm. Because these are the beginnings, right?
Yeah.
So were you Turu when you were in Precious Blood?
In high school, I would perform after, like I was always writing music.
Yeah.
So like in class, you'd see me with my notebooks, but really it's a songbook on top of my notebook.
Yeah.
So kwa class nimeandika, mwalimu wako, ule pale anasoma huyo. But really I'm just writing music. Then I'd present it to my friends late at night or at assembly. Nilikuwa tu Fena.
At Precious Blood, did they encourage music, writing? Kwa sababu PB inakuanga academics first, and especially when you were in high school, right? Mm-hmm. It was all about making
reading. Yeah, but I've always just, not Bad Girl Turu, me as just like on my own timeline. I think I went through school on my own terms.
Yeah. Because
for me it was just music, like that's all I had in my mind. So I'd do a lot of, like I'd write pieces for different houses, for competitions. But funny thing, I wasn't even in choir or drama. Like I was just laying low. Time ya TV, mi ndo niko in charge of TV, entertainment, like anything fun like that's all I was into.
How come you didn't join like a choir or something?
I think the introvert in me.
Yeah,
I think that's where it came in. I was just like, I'd rather just like chill somewhere and write. Yeah. Because
that is how you write. Most of the time I just find you're in a corner writing. You're bumping alone to a tune that nobody else can hear. So where do these two people meet? Because you're one of the best performers in this country. Yeah.
Thank you.
And it takes a lot of energy and guts to be able to stand in front of hundreds of thousands of people. And you're still one of the most introverted people I know.
I don't know what that
it's possible to be both.
It's possible because it's work. At the end of the day, I need to put food on the table, so I know when to switch it on.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of energy. So by the time I leave that stage, it's like I don't want any more noise. Just go back to restore factory settings. Yeah. Okay,
we'll go to how you prepare for a show in just a short while.
Okay.
But you've just said that it's work. It's jobo. You have to show up and do what you need to do. But when did it start becoming jobo for you? Because I remember coming to see the first time I ever heard you play. I was so surprised because we'd been hanging out at uni.
In school.
And then here you were. Not only were you really good, like your voice, I didn't expect that, to be honest. And then your friends were just singing every single lyric.
Yeah.
So at Chester House, did you think this is work when you were doing the...
No, at that point I was still doing it for passion. I was still doing it for the love, which is why I was broke for like the most part of the beginning, because it was just like that artist was like, oh, just want the world to hear my craft. And then it got to a point where, actually this is a really long story, so around 2014 I came across like a lot of money, and you know me, like nili itwa Coke Studio, nili launch album yangu ya kwanza, so I was doing pretty okay. Like when I say a lot of money, it's like at the time I was 24. So tuseme ukiwa hiyo age and hujakuwa na pesa alafu angushiwe pesa, when ndio OG, when ndio dawn on run streets. So I didn't manage that well. So I hit rock bottom, like for maybe 2015, 2016 were the lowest years for me. And in that time, it was a lot of reflection and just like, really now, like snap out of it. This is your career. You can't claim to want to have this great passion for something and then not have anything to show for it.
Is that how you felt?
Yeah.
But you had the album. Wasn't that enough?
I did, but I don't know, I think just life was happening and I kind of just lost grip of myself, and I needed to understand myself first, because at the time, if you listen to my first album, it's very entry level, like me, I know your soul, you know, so I was expressing what I knew then, but I wasn't expressing me, like, well, yes I was, but I wasn't really, I hadn't grown into my own. I hadn't understood really the responsibility I carry for myself, for my family, for whoever's watching. So I really needed to just like go back to the drawing board and see, why isn't my music crossing over? Why am I playing small? Why am I not, you know, mbona sijitoi, siko, like, I just need to come back strong. And I need to see it now properly as a business.
How does that feel? You know, because art is very subjective. Woko kwa studio unatengeneza ngoma, you're like, this is the best shit that I've ever produced in my life. And then nobody is playing it, nobody is requesting it. How do you deal with that?
Hey, it's tough. I know artists, like, that's the one thing we struggle with. I saw a meme yesterday about producers, the amount of work they put into a song, and then they upload it, say, on SoundCloud, and it has like 10 views, you know, and it's so heartbreaking. So I guess consistency is just where it comes in, like, and understanding that it's a process, it's a journey. So those 10 people are listening, that 10 will grow into 20 with the next one and the next one, just now for you to perfect it.
But you kept at it for a while, for a really long time, until you, where would you say your big breakthrough was? At what point?
The first one being Coke Studio, I think that was like the first really big platform I got. Obviously Blankets and Wine.
How did your appearance on Coke Studio change your career?
It validated me to myself that I am worth being put on such a platform. And in as much as I was still, you know, like, such platforms, they kind of, you end up feeling like when the upcoming sana, but uko on stage na Olamide, and we did a song together that never saw the light of day. But even just by being there, we even shot the video.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a whole other lifetime ago.
Was that scary? Because, you know, like you said, you were creating based on what you knew. And now there was something that you felt deep down, at least that's what I'm hearing from you. You had a message and you obviously were now expressing it differently. What was that process like?
Unlearning is so hard. Just stripping yourself down to the bare minimum. Who am I? What do I stand for? What message am I trying to pass across? When this young girl is watching me sing, doing her thing though, like, I want her to feel that udema ametoka Buru na anafanya hivi na anaimba hivi na anajipresent hivi. I want to be like her, you know. I want to watch myself on TV and be proud of myself. I want to see my name, hear it in rooms I never thought it would be in. I want to be great, you know. So just not wanting to let myself down and look back, say at 40 or 50, and I didn't do anything with my gift. I knew it's special. I've always known from when I was a child, like, nikiwa mtoi, I'd go to church, play drums, because my mom is in the choir. So just looking back at all that journey and thinking, I can't now just stop here, and I can't be doing it without, what's the word? Kujijua. Kuna essence ya kujijua that you're so confident about yourself. Actually, that's what I lacked. I wasn't confident. I knew I had a great gift, I had a great product, but I was always second guessing myself. Yeah.
Do you know why at that time you were doing that?
Insecurities of a young girl growing up. It's not like I grew up on a silver platter, but not that I grew up in poverty either. But just, kujishuku tu. Kujishuku, I don't know what that was. And not that it's not there still, because you're always trying to be better or do better. But yeah.
Yeah, what Bien said, every level has a devil. So
it's a new devil.
Yeah. So what are the devils for you right now? The things that are always like...
First of all is, wait, I just turned 30. It's like...
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Karibu third floor. Tuliambiwa sasa sisi tuko deep in our 30s.
What's the new devil? I think conquering Africa for me right now is like my next big devil. I see it and I can reach for it, and it's just like, when will I grasp it? Yeah.
I know you have a strategy around this. When we met in Ghana, we talked about it. But do you feel that Africa is ready for you?
Oh, they've been ready.
ready.
You just don't know. You know, but you don't know.
Yeah.
They've been ready. I'm ready. I think I've been ready for a while, but I'm happy that I'm where I am now, because I know a lot more than I did then.
Yeah.
Even just business-wise, my first reaction to a phone call is always in my mind is, what's in it for me? That's always my first thought. Before, it was always, I don't want to let this person down. I don't want them to think I'm a bad person because I don't want to do this thing. It was always about them and not about me. Yeah.
So learning to say no.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So when you do eventually become this major star in Africa, what sort of message do you think your music will encompass for the continent?
Good question. That's a good question. Check Edith. No, you see why we're friends. I live here thinking, well then. Really, first of all, my pride, my Kenyan pride is one of my main driving forces. I'm always talking about how it hurts loving your country so much, because it's the same country that will trod on you, that will, put you down, yet still, when you're in that plane and they speak Swahili, and you're just getting goosebumps, like, oh, I'm Kenyan and I'm proud. So being a Kenyan on an international stage and standing tall and proud, and me, like, it's just like suit up and just like kill it. I want my people to be proud. I want them to see that girl from Buru is actually doing this thing to put us on that level. I want a young girl to be inspired by me. I want my family to live well. I want my friends to come up with me. I want to change lives.
Yeah, I like that. You keep talking about a girl growing up in Buru. How was that experience for you as a young girl? Kwa mtaa, sijui ndiko mnafanya nini on a regular basis?
Growing up in Buru was just like, it was the best thing. Buru back in the days was the place to grow up. Matatu life, Matatu culture. So, excuse me, I have a cousin who was dating a Kange back then, and he was like the hottest Kange in the hottest Jav in Buru. So ujioni wananchukua from, like, when the match is in town, I wait for it. Utanmona nimehang hapo na makanga hadi Buru, like beba, like I was just about that culture. I was about it, the Sheng culture. Hood tu mtaa. So I think just a lot of that influenced the cool factor in me. Like, Buru chicks were just cool babes.
So how does a Buru chick who's hanging out with Kanges start singing your soul songs?
Right. I've grown up obviously in a musical family. My mom is a singer. My sister is a singer, classically trained singer.
She sings like a god.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't sing when she's around. It's like let the gods sing. Watch us angels come and ad-lib later. So the diversity in that, I think, just influenced my interest in, you know, pop music, R&B, reggae, rap, all that stuff. And buru, matatu za buru is just like hip hop all the time, and reggae. So that kind of influenced that.
Did you ever feel like you needed to fit in? Because at that time, that's when, you know, music was controlled largely by producers and the people who were producing shows like The Beat or whatever other shows were on air at the time. Did you feel like you needed to sound like a particular someone or thing in order to be played? Because it's not like today where you just release your album on YouTube and you don't care if the stations
played, No, I didn't have that. Actually, quite the contrary. I knew my music would be hard to get airplay. But Capital, funny enough, like picked up my first song. It was #1 for 6 weeks. And that
Phenomenal
for me,
Woman.
It was Down. Have you ever felt down in your soul? You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. You put your game face on and a fake smile.
Only have to pretend just for a while. Please believe me when I tell you that I try. I go back home in my zone. Yeah, I cry. I don't know why. Nobody seems to care. While I'm hurting over here. Hey,
It was kafa.
Sana.
Gosh.
Hiyo wimbo ilikuwa poa, hiyo wimbo ni poa.
Ilikuwa deep. Sasa at that age, what were my problems to say ati I'm crying? What, you know?
I don't know, what were your problems?
No, I think I was just picking up energy from around me, which is how I write.
Yeah.
Like, if I know Edith is going through something, it might trigger, because I don't know how to help you, but it will trigger an emotion in me to tell that story and apply it in my own life, that kind of thing.
Yeah, empathy, I guess.
Empathy, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So Capital plays your music and you're like, whoa, wait.
I have a real thing here.
Yeah.
Because actually it was just one song I'd recorded. I didn't have any other songs. I was like, damn, okay, 6 weeks in a row, this song, Erikwa Naina, Sijui Who, all those big songs every week, every Sunday, bubbling under. Always came on top. I was like, damn, okay. And my producer, Jazz Odongo, was like, actually, let's try and record another song. We see how this goes. We did Phenomenal Woman, which was now like, Capital ate it. And you know, that audience, Neo Soul, was like the thing. I was like, okay. And the people who listened to Capital at the time were that's when Blankets and Wine was starting out. So they were itching for this new sound that's, it's not mainstream, but it's conscious. It leaves you thinking. It leaves you feeling good. And somehow I just pennied there.
Yeah. But then you very quickly left that sound. And what I noticed you started doing, you were experimenting, first of all, a lot more with language. So, unaimba sasa na Kiswahili, ile Kikuyu yako line mbili unajua unaingiza hapo. And then you started rapping. But Brikicho was definitely segue. Or maybe it was your first experiment.
First mainstream. Because Africa Massive, it was like bubbling under. Then Jabulani picked up because it had more, it was more rhyme and like deep and whatever. When did I cross over to rap? Because I want to tell you the story of how I now crossed over to mainstream, being Semangwe. And Semangwe is like 6-7 years into my career, right? I want to say 2016 or 2017. That was after the depression. It's like, okay, you need to think outside the box. You need to think like a Kenyan somewhere who's cool but is not exposed to cool, but also anapenda mziki ya mtaa. So just and I understood now that I needed to speak in a language that everyone understands and not just guys of Blankets and Wine, you get, or Nairobi crowd. So Semangwe just like, and Semangwe, I had this song, I really love this song. I had 20 G's flat, and I don't know where I got that 20 G's. And I said, you know what? We're gonna shoot a video. So I called Mosh King, I only have 20 G's. I don't know what to do. I have this song. Just let's shoot it like this. It's a simple concept. Nifuate around Buru na camera, I go doing dares and whatever. And it changed my life. It completely changed my life at that point. But I knew it would. So by that time, sasa nimejielewa, najua, okay, now these are the moves to make and this is how to approach them. and without losing, not trying to be mainstream, without losing the essence of Fena, just being Fena, but just palatable to everyone. Yeah.
So that created a dramatic shift. Sasa kila mtu ameanza kujua Fena ni nani, sema ngwe. How does your life shift after that?
It changed. No, let them.
It changed a lot.
I guess
it
I couldn't see it
a lot.
It's me, but it did change a lot.
Actually, Fena, inafikanga point kama tumeenda mahali na wewe, it's actually annoying.
I know,
because
guys get annoyed.
We spend 5 minutes talking, and the rest of the hour is spent with you,
like having moments
with other people, which is fine, I guess.
Yeah, it comes with the territory.
I wanted to know from you if you think it's different for women in the industry. I know that we've read accounts of women who claim that they've been sexually harassed, especially when they have late night sessions with producers or people holding on to your music. They just disappear. And I'm considering the fact that it's you are the business. You're the CEO, you're the COO, you're the marketing department. It's a lot.
Being a woman in the industry is very hard, and I'm sure you know that, even I've gone through, not really gone through, but I've found myself currently in a situation where someone I've worked with for my whole career has been accused of that. And without going much into the details of that, it's like, as a woman myself, I do not condone any such I do not condone violence or,
sexual harassment,
right? It only became tricky because it's someone I've grown with. So I would never speak publicly on the issue particularly, but I'm sure you know what it's about. But I've seen it in different settings with different artists where, I don't want to name names, obviously, but there's one female artist who was really great, she's amazing, and was dating this producer who was physically abusive to her. I remember one time I even went to the cop station to find out what's going on, and this guy even flipped it around to be that it's me who's snitching or some shit like that. I'm like, nigga, you're a mess, fix your shit. And I've had so many cases about him. One day we'll put you out.
Why not now? I mean, obviously I don't want to put you on the spot and force you to reveal it.
It's not my place, because it was a very nasty situation that I would prefer she talks about it herself. But if she needs backup, I'll come through.
Yeah, but so then these are some of the complications that as a woman you're facing. Do you think that men have it easier, especially rappers, that you're just accepted? Guys are supposed to rap, but for women you have to prove yourself.
Yeah, guys have it easy in every sector. It's like, maybe it's something that comes innately in their nature, that they're more aggressive with how they go after their things. And women, we tend to, tunangoja, we handle it we're soft, we handle it softly.
Not wanting to ruffle feathers, as you said.
Yes. So I think for me, I've always just been this nigga. I'm just like, fuck you, I don't know you like that, you don't know me like that. I'm here to work, I just want my job. And I'm very cut, let's not get issues mixed up. And I wish that more women would be that unapologetic, just fuck them, fuck these niggas. So a thing I'm struggling with still right now is pay.
Negotiating.
Because I realized, and I think it's Kaz who checked me about it one day randomly. She's like, how much were you paid for this gig? And then I told her how much I was paid. She's like, how much was Calligraph paid? How much was Nyashinsky paid? How much was Sauti Sol paid? Well, they were paid a lot more, obviously. They've been in the game, all that. I had all the excuses to give. She's like, no, you are Fena, and there's a reason they put you on that stage. You were the only female in that lineup. There's a reason they picked you for that gig. So why didn't you ask for as much as them?
Yeah, why didn't you?
And that just made me think, damn, I've been playing it small for so long. Nah, we can't keep doing it like this. So now if you call me for a gig and you tell me there's Calligraph on that lineup, there's Nyashinsky, there's Sauti Sol, you will pay me. If not what they're being paid, sure enough, just close enough.
Yeah. But why do you need to compare your rates to them? Why don't you just say, this is my worth as an artist,
so
whether or not
if I
those
say
people
my
are
worth
on the lineup?
is a gig, they'll come and they'll give you stories. There'll always be a story for that, right? So again, kujijua, kujelewa, I'm now at the point where if you tell me no, it's like great. Nitalala njaa leo, but kesho kuna mtoto anipigia anipatie hiyo pesa unaninyima. So just understanding that, forget me being a female. Remember, I am an artist who's here on my own merit. So treat me like such. Yeah. I started speaking up for myself a lot more after now, like when I grew into my space, into my head. I became firm. I became really stern about such things, about how I'm treated in events. I remember I ranted once, and I was like almost blacklisted for it.
What were you ranting about?
So I went for a gig, and we were kept outside in the rain for like 5 hours, and they were freezing my. We have no tent backstage, no food, no drinks, nothing. So I bitched about it the next day. I was like, it's not fair that we keep being treated like this, because it was a Wizkid concert. And when Wizzy showed up, we were all just like pushed to the side and like go outside in the rain, whatever.
And this was in Kenya?
In KCC.
Why do we treat our own artists like this?
I was livid because even my dancer, they won't let her come on stage. They told her, go around KCC, go outside, go to the main entrance and go to the crowd. Like, she can't come on stage. And my videographer can't come on stage. I was livid.
Yeah.
So I remember when the head of security there was like, who are you? And I was like, fuck you. She's coming on stage with me. This is my team. I am on this list. There's a reason why I'm here. So when I ranted the next day, long post, and organizers were like freaked out because they're like, oh, nini, unatuharibia. I'm like, what do you mean? Mnajaribia. And me, I'll say what I said what I said. You deal.
Yeah.
Then for a few months there, I wasn't being called for gigs because they were scared. I'm unhinged.
That's a really strong word. Unpredictable, maybe.
It's like, it's like, but it changed ever since then. People are treated, I feel like every gig you go to, you'll see tents, you'll see food, you'll see drinks. Something small like that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
By the time I'm getting on stage, I want to make you feel like you've made me feel at home. So let me give you the best of me.
I'm always just wondering why there's so much friction between artists and event organizers, because your relationship is symbiotic. You need each other. And yet, for some reason, Kenyan artists always seem to be treated so poorly by our own event organizers.
Man, is it just
because the artists are allowing it to happen? And you're saying it's not even event organizers alone.
I want to say we've been gaslit into believing that we are not worth the hype. Every time online you'll see conversations like we've been given a stimulus package, and the immediate response of Kenyans was that, why are the artists being given this money? Yet, when you're in your house playing YouTube, you want to play a Fena song or whoever. That disconnect between us and the fans, us and the organizers, us within ourselves as artists, because I talk a lot about that as well. Like, I feel like we're still not there yet. We're not holding each other. We're not in this together. It's like, me, I'm in it for me, like that. And it's just a general, I don't know if it's a Kenyan culture that we're trying to get rid of. Like, let's come together and move forward together. Yeah.
What do you think it would take to create that unity and camaraderie? Because you will get further when your voice is stronger as one.
We're getting there for sure. I feel like with especially the newer artists, there's a lot of there's squads, like they're big squads and big groups. Like Gengeton is a whole movement on its own, and that's inspired that younger generation that as they grow up, they want to grow with these guys. So the Kenyan music industry becomes again about Kenya. Right? So,
who are your favorite Kenyan artists?
All of them.
Where's this hivyo?
All of them.
Leo lazima tuwataje one by one.
Ni wengi.
Aya, tufanye top 3 basi.
Top 3 Nyash.
Currently.
I'd say Nyash for sure.
Hiyo Nyash imetoka haraka. Nyash.
But hata sifikiriangi twice. Hata sijui, like, it's the first thing that always comes to mind. I think he's brilliant. He's just brilliant in his writing, performance. mostly his personality. I like that he's very, you know, wherever he is, yako sawa. So I really admire that. Sauti Sol, although I feel like acha nisiseme Sauti Sol juu ni tumezoea say tumekuwa nao from like tukianza sijui nini tumezoea,
but kama bado wanakubamba bado wanakubamba, what's wrong?
Haya bien hala.
Na mtafanya wimbo na Sauti Sol lini? Hebu kwanza
hiyo swali tumuuliza na miaka mob, but itakam, you know, these things, they just happen in their own time.
So speaking of writing, you also have a lot of writing credits. I mean, you write all of your music, but you also write for other people. And you are so good. You're so good.
We'll try.
So, I mean, I guess kuandikia nani ilikuwa big deal, Tiwa Savage?
Yeah, nata nikasahau. So, akina BN walikuwa home, sijui, nikapitia tu randomly. Like, kuna song hapa tunaandika. It would just hear and tell us what you think. So I recorded a version of what I thought would work. Na nikasahau hiyo story. Nikaenda Dubs. And I was at Kiza restaurant. I was performing at Kiza that night. So I went for sound check during lunchtime. Who do I see? Tiwa Savage.
My heart.
You know, I didn't know what to say. And you know how I'm weird. I'm awkward with celebrities. It's like, I don't know how to behave. So I said, so first, let me do sound check. And then I'll go say hi. Because on sound check, she'll hear me and be like super impressed. And like, oh my God, who's this? Say sang. Yo sound check nilimba.
Unaimbia Tiwa.
Then after I was done, I went to the table. I was like, hi, na. She was so sweet, very nice. Sikuwa nakumbuka niliandika hiyo song. Juu ndo ningetumia kuingia hiyo story.
Manze, how could you forget?
I don't know. So when the song came out, I was like, shit.
I wrote
this thing. And then she obviously like made it hers, obviously. But that was a big deal for me. Sauti Sol, I did a song back in the day called Hebunjo. There was a soundtrack for a movie.
Why do I feel I want to sing something, but I think if I do
Ebunjo, ebuje nikupende. Ebunjo, ebuje nikubebe. Niwe dereva, niwe conductor, niwe na wewe, mimi nimedata, unipe usuhuba wako na hilo busu lako. Nimetafuta, misijapata. Nimezunguka, sijisate sana, andie ushupavu wako na ujasiri wako. It was a cool song, but it was for a project that I think just disappeared.
Yeah. That's such a dope song.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like it. You writing ni kama savings.
Yeah.
Yeah, like ni kama kuweka tu savings mahali itajileta, ingine itajileta.
Yeah. Which one do you enjoy more, writing or performing? I don't know if they go hand in hand. Yeah, that was a dumb question.
It wasn't, because actually it's a valid question. I think about it often. I really enjoy the process of recording. Writing can be the hardest because I struggle a lot, like akili iko na vitu mingi
sana.
So akili ya PB akili ya PB na tu ya huku survive Nairobi lazima ukwe umejaza mafikira. So just and at the end of the day, I want my songs to be statements, not just I was in the studio na nikaandika moja mbili tatu na. And because they're very much tied into my personal life.
Yeah.
If I'm not okay, I can't produce. If I'm not okay, I can't write. I can't think clearly enough to write something that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's the most challenging, but it's the most rewarding. When you crack a song, oh my God, it's like taking a dump. It's like the best fucking feeling. Ukitoa tu kwa kichwa.
I was not expecting that.
But for real, it's crazy. So like I was telling you just before.
Sweet release.
Yeah, there's a song I've been trying to write for 4 months. It's driving me crazy. Like I obsess over a song for long, and until I crack it, it's a long thing.
And how do you know you've cracked it? Because
it's a feeling. It's that taking a dump feeling, like goosebumps. Like doing her thing though. I think that's like a whole story on its own.
Tell us the story.
Doing her thing though, I sat with that beat for so long. For a couple of months, I couldn't figure out what's this song trying to tell me. What's this beat trying to tell me? Your beat ilinisumbua because it was such a heavy beat. Like I can't not deliver on this beat. Siku moja tu niko kwa hao. Sijui nilikumiss ama ni nini iliniingia kwa kichwa nikasema tu Kimani, Edith Kimani. Edith Kimani didn't know one day she would grow to be a known one. What? Let me tell you, I lost
That
it.
was the first line you came up with?
I could not believe it.
That's amazing.
And like I wrote that thing that day.
That's ridiculous.
I was like, what? This is crazy. So that's really just like one of my favorite. That line, Edith Kimani didn't know, is my favorite lyric of all time.
Oh my god.
That's why like I'm always just like, Edith.
Oh, I love that. I mean, obviously I really love it, but I remember when you sent it to me, I was in Berlin. I was still living in Berlin. And what did you say? You just sent it. You didn't say anything. So I opened it and I played it and I just started crying. I was like, oh my god, what a great honor.
And I felt it served so many, it served a purpose for me. One, because you've been a friend to me, like right from the jump.
Yeah.
You've seen me at my best and you've seen me at my worst.
As have you.
Yes. And I felt like this is the best tribute I can ever give you as a friend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, I love this woman so much.
Yeah, and it's a really good song, female empowerment. And this is something that has been consistent in your music, from Phenomenal Woman to now, even in Unleashed. There's so much there about womanhood
and empowerment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've always second-guessed myself. And so I need constant reminders that you are worth it, you're enough, you are incredible, you're special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
really cool.
Yeah.
It must be also very nice for you to have your mom and your sister who, like you said, are musicians,
Yeah.
but they really support you.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
really support you. Shiro could kill for you.
Oh yeah,
your
for
sister.
sure. Oh yeah. She's my warrior. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. So how do they feel when, I mean, more fame, more people are in your business, gutter press all over the place. You know how to deal with it and handle it, but how do they deal with it?
I think for them, as long as they see me handling it well, they're okay. Like, you can't tell my sister something about me. She'll beat you up. So she's very ready to defend me, but she knows I can handle my own. So she lets me fight my battles.
Yeah.
And if I need backup, she'll come through.
Lakini kawaida ya watu, they like it obviously when you're successful, but people also like to hear stories about downfall and failure.
Oh, they wait. They're hungry for it.
Yeah. So how do you maintain a sense of sanity? Because not every day is a good day. Not every day that you go up on that stage you want to be there, maybe. Yeah.
And even like when I'm off duty, I know there are moments where someone will come ask for a picture and I'm just not in the mood for it. And I'll tell you politely, not today, maybe next time. If you see me, I got you. Some will take it okay, like they'll respect your privacy. Others will, like lose their shit on you. And it's just like, dude, I don't know you.
And what about corporates? Do you feel you have a responsibility to them? Because obviously your public behavior is outlook on them.
I think I have a very strong corporate-friendly brand. I learned over the years just how to create a persona that works for corporate and a persona that works for just me being Fena, right?
Yeah.
So
because it actually feels like the brands that you have been brand ambassadors for, it's almost like they were designed for you. Like Marini, it just fits so easily.
Denry was dope. Then Smirnoff happened.
Pauline Cosmetics, you also did something with them. Smirnoff.
Yeah. And those are people I started with who were also starting businesses. So identifying opportunities around you. Like, we're friends, yes, but you have this business and I have this platform. I'm happy to do it. You don't need to pay me, And when I started like that, more brands saw how I represented those smaller brands. And as they grow, I grow. Yeah.
That's really cool. I really like that relationship that you have with these, particularly the younger brands. Yeah,
it's my way of also investing in something. If I see something is dope, I'm not in this for money. At the end of the day,
yeah, you are.
I mean, I am, but it's always nice to say, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the. But it's not my primary driver. It's not like my driving force that I'll make you pay me street, what, just because of, I can see you're also trying to build something.
Yeah.
if I see the vision and you know I buy into it, then I'm all yours. Obviously utanilipia fuel, but
kwa sababu hii industry inaweza kuwa exploitative pia
sana.
Unashinda ukiambia mtu na kupatia exposure hadi lini. Do you think there are enough mentors in the entertainment industry to help people navigate these things, like your rate card, negotiating, doing your, what do you call it, this document that you sign that basically tells the event or promoter the things you need?
The technical rider.
Yeah. Or you just figured it out on your own?
To figure out on their own.
Yeah, that's definitely a gap.
The people who really can mentor already are with the bigger names, right? So even just like getting through to someone who's if a young upcoming artist wants to reach Marek, how will they reach Marek? Yet Marek has all the
networks
and the power, like he gets it. So that kid will just have to figure his way out. Yeah. And it always starts with that friend next to you. For me, Jenny was my manager for the first, few years. I just needed someone to walk into a meeting with and not leave there feeling like I was exploited.
Or overwhelmed.
Yeah. And with time now, you find people who are more into the business of it.
And you also get money to pay them, because that's another thing.
Yeah.
So growing up to a point of Unleashed, the album enyewe, you kept us waiting for a minute.
For 5 years.
For 5 whole years we waited. But you did not disappoint. You did not disappoint.
Yeah. That was a beautiful body of work. I'm so proud of it. I was just like, fuck this shit. I'm so tired of being kuwekwa chini, kuandaestimatiwa. Mimi mwenye kufeel ni kama I'm not doing enough. So it was the beginning of Unleashed. It's like, stop holding back, say what you want to say, just go all out.
Yeah.
The video didn't go too far, like the song didn't go too far, but the message in the song for me was like, I really like the song, and I feel like it didn't connect quite well. Maybe it's the language. So fast forward to when I was just about to release the album, maybe like 2 weeks, I was like, Gitu has to be on this album. People have to hear this song by force. So I fixed it back in. I figured, let me just put it as an audio and see if it will pick up.
But it plays very differently within the context of the album.
Yeah. But the message just being like, I'm the leader of the pack, how dreaming wolf, just I'm the boss.
Yeah.
That kind of, the general theme around the album started from there, like boss lady, go up. Then now, as I was releasing singles, I was still trying to figure out when will this album come out? When will I even finish writing? Writing it was hard. Songs like Unleashed, those are not songs that just happen. It's a very it's bearing your soul open, so it can't just come in overnight. Siri, my favorite song, Siri.
Your song venye ulinichezea mara ya kwanza nilikufa.
Siri ni tamu.
It's such a sensual song.
Siri is dope.
Sasa hiyo wimbo ulikuwa na nani ndio uandike story ya Masiri Fena?
Siri,
tell us.
Siri nitajichomea pisa huko acha tu.
But I really like how this interview sort of panned out, because the one thing you've kept repeating on various subjects is this sense of self-awareness and a grounding of yourself that you didn't have before, which I guess is maturing growth. It's coming out really, really strong. So for the future, what are your plans? What are you hoping? What are your personal projects right now that might not have anything to do with music? What do you hope for the world, for the country?
One day I'm gonna save the world. Right now it's not safe for me. I'm afraid for me. One day I'm gonna rule the world so I can lay down the law. Bending and breaking the rules. Freedom for the slaves. Legalize the ganja.
Equal rights for the gays. Zile vitu zinasemekana hapa kwa hii channel.
Ni usanii tu, wacheni wasanii waimbe. I want to be great. I want to fulfill the need and drive in me to accomplish greatness and to...
What does greatness look like to you?
That's the thing. Greatness is a feeling. It's besides the money, power and fame. Like my mom moving and living in a home somewhere and just being at peace. Her daughter is doing well. I'm not simwaibishi, like naishi maisha yangu kwa heshima, kwa upendo, like I want to give love, I want to be generous, I want the people around me to grow.
Yeah.
That for me is greatness. If my camera guy will one day own a Benz because of me, I will have achieved greatness. You get?
Yeah.
I want to inspire, like I want the phenomenal community to grow into this big family that, you know, many of our friends have met in a Fena gig.
Really?
Like I find that most of my fans became good friends at my gigs because it's a sense of family as opposed to just tumenda kudance like it's a community. So we even have a group, a WhatsApp group where, you know, just keep tabs of what's happening, what they want to see, what they care for. The plan moving forward, COVID kind of messed it up, was like build the club and just let it grow. Yeah.
But you're still doing that. I mean, your gig the other day live on YouTube was really cool. You know, I watched it from beginning to end and I was just like, I just wish I was there.
Yeah, that was
it looked
dope.
so good.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good way to celebrate 30. Yeah.
Thank you for making time.
Sure thing.
And as usual, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you
we
guys.
Love Fena.
I love you so much. Keep supporting Edith's channel. You are incredible.